I have 10 10-sided dice here, and I thought I'd play a game of 10 die Yahtzee. And before I begin, I want you to think about how many different scoring categories there can be. This is a math problem. So think about how you play traditional Yahtzee and extrapolate that to 10 die Yahtzee. And think about how many scoring categories there can be. I'll let you pause the video to think about that. Okay, so quite obviously, you have the different numbers that you can score 1 through 10, and you're going to count how many of the die come up as 1 through 10, and then you total that up, and just like traditional Yahtzee, you have a bonus if the total scored is more. I chose 275. The reason being that in traditional Yahtzee, you needed to get half of your dice for each category. So 1 through 10, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 10 is 55. 55 times 5 is 275. What gets really interesting is the different ways that you can have X of a kind and various different kinds of full houses. So I begin with 3 of a kind, and then 3 plus 2 is your traditional full house, right? 3 of a kind plus a 2 of a kind. But the number of combinations of full houses you can get skyrocket from here. 3 plus 2 plus 2, 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 3 plus 3, I believe, is also called a boat in 6-card poker. And so on and so forth. I'll let you count how many there are, all the way up to Yahtzee. I think I forgot about the straight. Let's add that. I'm not sure. See, I'm not sure if I'm going from the rarest to the most common. Straight is obviously going to be more common than Yahtzee. So basically a straight of 10 is going to be all 10 die being very different. I'll let you figure out the probabilities of each one of these. Obviously it gets more complicated if you can hold your dice from one round to the next. So with that said, let's begin. Okay, it's going to be very hard to see from the angle which side is up, but we got a 9 and a 9. Wow, 3 of a kind right there. And we're going to have to pretend the 0 is a 10. Unfortunately, the only 10-sided die I can ever find always begins with 0. And so, right off the bat, we have a pretty good full house, right? We have a 4 plus a 2 plus a 2. And then we got 2 and 5. So maybe as I play a few rounds, I'll probably prune away some of these categories that are way too common. I'll probably write a computer simulation to see, because obviously you got holding the dice, and to see which categories we need to keep in order to make this game interesting to play without it being too long. Oh, nice. I believe I will score this. So we got 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, so that we'll put an X here to... I haven't determined how many points these should be worth, but that's been scored. Alright, let's try again. Yeah, this is my first time playing it, so I am not sure about the dynamics of the probability. 0, 0, 9, 9, 9, 4, 4. That looks like one of those, another one of those giant full houses again. Let's roll these 3 guys again. We got another 0, so that's 3 of a kind with our zeros. We got a 4. So we got 3 of a kind. So we'll roll the last one. See if we can get a 4, 3, 3. What is that, a 6? Okay, so we got a 3, 3, 3. And we'll put an X. We'll put an X over here. So right off the bat, the first 2 turns we did, we got a 4, 2, 2, 2 and a 3, 3, 3. Some of the earlier ones, like the 3 of a kind, 3 plus 2, we could probably get rid of those. I'll write some computer simulations to figure it out. If it turns out the probability of getting one of those is like 98% per turn, I'll probably get rid of it. Okay, actually, this one looks like a good time to go for a straight. Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see, we need a 4 and a 9. And we got 2 more rolls. So let's think about the probabilities involved. So the probability, when you roll 2 dice, the probability of rolling a 4 on one of them at least is going to be, well, it's 1/10 for one of them, plus another 10th, and then minus the combination. So it's going to be 2/10 minus 1/100th, or 19%, right? We will... I'll give it a try. 3 of a kind is so common that I'm not worried about sacrificing it. Let's see. We got a 1 and a 3. Might as well give it another try. And fuck. Okay, so we can put that in our chance category. Did I put that down? No. And the total of those die is, let's see, well, this is actually a 10. So, let's see, 6, 8, 13, 19, kind of funny how having to hold my camera in a certain way makes it hard to do math. Let's put the 10s together. 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, we got 10, 20... 30, that's 45, 46, and then 52. Okay, so we got 52 points for that chance. Okay. I can't believe I made Yahtzee fun again, because I haven't played it for a very long time. It's been solved, the traditional Yahtzee, not the 10-sided Yahtzee. I don't think anybody plays it. I tried to look online for the scorecards, and I ended up having to come up with my own, so I don't think anybody has played it yet. 1, 1. It's hard to move the dice without causing them to roll. We got 5, 5, and we got 9, 9. And so that's... right off the bat, 4 pairs. So as long as we roll one of those guys, we'll be fine. And we get a 9. Oh, good. So we got a 4-2-2-2. Oh, we already scored that. Okay, we'll have to score it as a 4-2-2 then. Bang. I should have kept track of what the numbers were, because of that probably the higher the number, you probably get a better score. Right? I'm not sure how traditional. I can't remember how traditional Yahtzee is scored. Let's see if we can go for 5 of a kind at least, because all of our turns are so far only scoring 3 and 4 of a kinds. My guess. I haven't done the homework yet, but my guess is that we could probably get rid of all of these guys up here. That's my guess. I'll probably do some probabilities to see what it looks like if we did that. Okay, we got 8, 8, 8. And this time... so we got a pair of 6... or no, or is it... that's a 9. Okay, and we got a pair of zeros. This time I'm not going to keep the pair of 10s, because I want to see if I can go for a 5 of a kind with the 8s. Let's see, here's another 8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 more dice to roll. We need at least one of them to come up as an 8. What's the probability of that? See, that's not a very trivial calculation, right? It's going to be at most 60%, right? Because each one has a 10% chance, assuming they're fair dice. Each one has a 10%, but you have to subtract out the overlap, and you need a mathematical theorem called the inclusion-exclusion principle. I'll let you figure that out. The probability of rolling an 8 with 6 dice. But it's less than 60%. And unfortunately, we did not roll it. Okay, so we'll have to score that as well. Here's a pair, so it's a 4 plus 2 kind of full house. I don't know if there's terminology for the different kinds of full house. Obviously, most people have never seen more than 5 the dice or cards, right? Okay, we got a bunch of 6s. And once again, I'm gonna go for a 5 of a kind. So I'm not gonna keep those pairs that we have over here. Oh, there we go. Here's 2 more 6s, and we got 5 more dice to roll. So, again, it's less than a 50-50 chance we'll get another 6, but there's probably a good chance we're going to get at least a pair or something like that, right? So, yeah, that will be... no, that's a 9. Okay, we got another pair. We got a pair of 3s. So we get to score that as a 5 plus 2. I would imagine the 5 plus 2 would have a much higher score than the 4 plus whatevers. Just given my experience playing, how many turns so far? 8 or 9 turns so far. Okay, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 3, 3. Let's see what we're going for now. We don't have a 3 plus 3 plus. Let's see. We could go for a 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. So we need these 2 dice to come up as a pair now. Or if we're really lucky, we might get a 4 plus something. And unfortunately, they don't come up as a pair. Crap. That's a waste of a 3 plus 3 plus 3. We'll score that as a 3 plus 3 then. Bang. We need to start shooting for some of the 5 of a kinds and higher. 6 of a kind, 7 of a kind, and so on and so forth. Let's see. Ooh, this looks like a straight kind of brand. Let's see. 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So we need 2 and an 8, and we only have a 2 pair. We're not really sacrificing anything. Let's give that a try. There's our 2 right there. Okay, moment of truth. 1 in 10 chance of getting that straight. So straight seems like a lot harder than some of the low. Maybe we should keep some of the lower ones because it keeps people from getting a straight. Because if you didn't have to worry about giving up a 3 of a kind, right, straights might be a little bit more common. So you can see the dynamics of the rules. They kind of influence one another. Crap! Okay, so we have to sacrifice one of these guys now. Let's see. We have 2 6s. See, I hate to put it in the 6s because then we would give up our bonus. So maybe I'll put it in the 1s. So we have 1 1, so that's a score of 1. Okay. I don't know why. I love rolling lots and lots of dice at one time. When I was traveling in Taiwan earlier this year, I was staying in a hostel and they had just tons and tons of dice because the Chinese love to play mahjong, and they come with dice, and we had like 30 some of them. I made a video of myself rolling 36. I chose 36 because it was 6 times 6, And I wanted to see if I could get 6 of each, right? Those are 6-sided die. This looks like another round where we could go for a straight. 3, here's our 0, or really a 10, but I keep thinking it as a 0. 5, 6. I guess one way I could treat the 0 is that it could be high or low, just like your aces, right, in poker. 9. So we got an 8 and a 9 over there. Yeah, why not? Oops, that was a 7. Now these dice are not very stable, so it's very hard to move them around without changing the numbers. That's not good. That's another 7 and an 8. So we need a 1 and a 2. So now we have only a 1% chance of getting that straight. Alright, so we have a pair of 9s. You know what? I don't think we have a good chance of getting that bonus because you need a 5 of a kind on average. So I think I'm going to score that as 9s because if I get more than 3 9s, I'm scoring it at the bottom. So at least in my scoring scheme, right? Obviously, when I perfect the game, that number probably has to change. But under my current scoring scheme, I think the pair of 9s is probably the best way to score that. Hold on a second, my camera is a little out of focus. Okay. This looks like another straight. Let's see, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm probably going to change the rules for the straight so that it doesn't have to be 10 of them. Maybe an 8 or 7 or 8. A sequence of 7 or 8, and with the 0 potentially being either high or low. So that's why I decided to kind of play around so I could get a sense of how the rules should look like. I couldn't find any information online of anybody who has tried this game, so 7. That's not very close to being a straight. We might. Let's see. What do we need? A 3 plus 2 plus 2. Yeah, we haven't scored 3 plus 2 plus 2 yet, so this will at least guarantee us a score. Here's a 7. Let's see, we have a 3 plus 3 plus... we haven't scored 3 plus 3 plus 2 yet. So what about 3 plus 2 plus... 2 plus... Okay, so we could still potentially go for another pair, or if we're lucky, we might get a 4 of a kind, so... Oh, there's our 4 of a kind. We got a 4 plus 3 plus 2. Have we scored that yet? No, we haven't. There we go. Come on, a 5 of a kind. Sorry, that was a 0. 7, 7, 7, 4, 4. I'm gonna give up the pair. Oh, there's a. Okay, never mind. There was a 3 of a kind of 4s. But in terms of 3 plus 3, we've already scored the 3 plus 3. We've already scored the 3 plus 3 plus 3. So we need to get another pair or another 4 of a kind. I think the odds of that are pretty high. So I'm gonna keep both 3 of a kinds. So as you can see, the different ways to score kind of interact with another, right? If you get rid of all the ones involving only 3 of a kinds and lower, it probably will encourage you to try for the straight more often, or break up 3 of a kinds more often to go for 4 of a kinds and higher. So that's why I'm probably going to have to do some computer simulation to see how that will make the game more or less interesting, right? Okay, there's another 4. So we got at least a 4 plus 3 now. Let's see our scoring. We haven't scored a 4 plus 3. We scored a 4 plus 3 plus 2. I can't remember doing that. Oh, actually, I think I'm missing a few. There's obviously a 4 plus 4. Hold on a second. That's why I needed to play a few rounds. And then obviously, once you have a 4 plus 4... you can have another pair involved, right? There we go. Okay, so now we need a 7 or a 4, right? Or maybe another pair. Oh, no, did we score 4 plus 3 plus 2? Yeah, we did. So pair's not going to help us unless it's like a 3 of a kind, right? Fuck. One more. Anyways, I'm going to cut this short because my battery is going to be running out any moment now. I encourage you to play around with this. I hope to get I list out all the different ways to do 20-sided die. I'll probably have to write a computer program just to list out the different scoring schemes. And I'll definitely need computer simulations because there's no way I'm going to play a 20-sided die game start to finish just to see how things work. What I'm probably shooting for is a set of rules where the branching factor can be maximized, right? Because I tend to think in terms of AI, right? How do I make the game hard for AI to play perfectly, right? So 5 dice Yahtzee is already solved. I think even 6 dice Yahtzee is already solved. Actually, if I remember correctly, it's only solved in the 1-player variation. When you play a 2-player game and your opponent has a score that you're trying to beat, that's actually a little bit harder than just trying to maximize your score if you have a target that you're shooting for. Anyways, have fun. Thanks for watching.